The goal is to bring you your next favorite band.
Sweet, that intro is my new favorite band. That's phenomenal. I'm so excited to be on.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that you might be able to play that song live today.
You heard correctly. Yes.
Excellent. So,
good enough for Robin.
I don't know when I rock out here on your next favorite band and show.
and listen, it's going to be everybody's favorite band. Like,
Phil, you weren't supposed to make me get all... God almighty,
but this
Phil.
is why we do it.
Like, seriously. I gotta gather myself. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Welcome to your next favorite band. That's both the show title and our promise to you. We here at Stereophilia Studio are tireless in our pursuit of finding incredible, genre-defiant artists who are either a hot, up-and-coming band or a group that has been delivering for years but have flown under the radar.
Tonight we have some psychedelic soul and alt-rock from Philadelphia, Moustapha Noumbissi.
Each month, we will bring you live streams, audio podcasts, and perhaps even a live concert where you can listen to the stories and hear the music of artists personally curated by us based on what we feel will be worthy of your time. Be sure to subscribe and tune in to each episode because the possibilities are endless and you never know who will be
Your next favorite band.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Philip Reese.
Hello, and I'm your co-host, David Moore.
And you are listening to...
Your next favorite band.
And it might be your next favorite really tall guy band.
Well, I mean, look, we've all got our different ways we filter our music to find new things. Sometimes it's by height.
Correct.
Sometimes it's...
Always am blown away by that. But also incredible guitar, incredible
His
songwriting.
vocals are fantastic. Yeah, it's everything. I mean...
Massive chops, but can't wait to dig in with Moustapha Noumbissi. But before we get to that, this is kind of the first of two straight like preview-ish episodes or promotional episodes at a very minimum for the No Planet B Jamboree.
Wait, what?
What?
What is this you speak of, Phil?
We've been pushing it for a little bit, but basically you can see here again on the 21st, so a little bit later this month, we'll keep our fingers crossed for some really good weather. It is an outdoor, the first plan here is to keep it outdoors at the Courtyard of the Sun Inn in Bethlehem. Celebrate, again, the trees and the springtime and be able to enjoy it. If there is some rain or weather that impacts things that day, we can move it indoors to the Ice House. So they were kind enough to allow us to have that as Plan B for the No Planet B Jamboree. But what a great lineup we have. We got there tonight's guest, Moustapha Noumbissi, so we'll be able to hear more of his music and his story. Galen Deary and Mystic Fool, which is now Galen Deary and The Reason Why. But the Mystic Fool is a very, very recent change, and there's new music that'll be coming out from that kind of new evolution of that band. And they'll be playing kind of a mixture of the Mystic Fool stuff that you probably love already and some of the new stuff that you're going to. And Clover. Clover, we found, discovered last year at Music Fest and had on the show and now is part of our lineup for No Planet B second annual. So really, really excited for this.
Yep, just to reiterate, Sunday, April 21st, 2 p.m. Eastern, and this is a live event in the Courtyard.
Yes, and free?
Free, yeah. Go to the nextfaveband.com website so you can register, because even though it's free, we are trying to be mindful of the number of folks that want to be there.
And to plan accordingly. So when we have, roughly 500 to 12,000 people...
That's the range we're shooting for, is 500 to 12,000. The fire marshal was super laid back about the whole thing.
Yeah, I had to commit to a floor and a ceiling, and that's what I said. So it would be helpful if, again, you would register. And you can also always check out the latest news there at nextfaveband.com, along with, all of the other content we've created. All of our episodes are up there, so that's something cool as well. So please join us for that day, and definitely check out each of those artists' music. And we're gonna, before we get into tonight's guest, in honor of kind of an Earth celebratory thing, I've just got like a fun little tidbit of information here to share. Did you know, David, that sea urchins, they like to put rocks and shells on their head to protect themselves from predators and the sun? I guess they must get a sunburn or something. Sure. So there was an aquarium that 3D printed like little hats.
Yeah.
And so they put these hats on. Look at how awesome that is.
Yeah, what do we got? A cowboy hat, a top hat, a Viking helmet, and I guess those look like pork pie hats or something like that. Like the one is a little harder to tell, but still, fashionable and pokey.
Very, very, very awesome. Sea urchins, I really like the Viking helmet. It just made me laugh so much.
Well, the Viking helmet really feels like they've nailed it. The top hat is nice for formal sea urchining.
Right, exactly. And I got to figure... when they thought that up, someone was like, let's see if they do it. And when they did it the first time, they probably...
Oh, they probably have 800 different hats at this
point. That's right, yeah. But I mean, the first time it worked... out
everyone I could think of.
They were probably like, oh my God, they're doing it.
Yeah. Take a picture.
Right. So if you're listening on the podcast, you can either search that or just check out the YouTube channel and real quick kind of... it's such a giggly little moment. These sea urchins wearing tiny little hats. It's really funny. But anyway, let's get to the guest for tonight, and again, get to the promoting of how great this music is. I mean, such a wonderful sound and terrific guitar performance. I think that at the end of this particular song, there's this amazing guitar solo that goes on for days. But we wanted to bring on Moustapha Noumbissi. He's a Philadelphia-based musician, and the music we're going to start off here with is a track called Gold.
Won't you wrap yourself in gold, dressed head to toe in white, show you paradise, that little smile. Won't you make us all believe, satisfy our dreams? The whole world is yours to fill your form. A waterfall, the fierce the skies, a lonely sky, a kiss goodbye, a tear is all we need. Just play your game, let us keep up, don't dare slow down. You'll lose your crown tonight, you're ours.
Moustapha Noumbissi is a multi-instrumentalist and songwriter based in Philadelphia. Born in Belgium to Cameroonian parents, Moustapha grew up a participant in many musical traditions, including West African drumming, American pop, and choral music. His latest recordings with producer Lee Clark favor indie rock and psychedelic soul.
Bring it up here a little bit, and then we'll bring him on the show.
Knocking on your door, please give us more. Just a minute's all we need, then we'll finally flee the scene. Say goodbye for good. Understood. Waterfall, the fierce the skies, a lonely sky, a kiss goodbye, a tease is all we
Welcome to the show, Moustapha Noumbissi. Coming to us live from a basement in, what did you say, West Philly?
West Philadelphia, baby.
And we have to give a quick thank you here to WXPN for allowing us to use these. These are exceptional recordings. There's a couple of tracks that are out there on YouTube, and you must have had such a great time with this. Like, holy smokes, this is great.
Yeah. Super fun time.
Yeah. And maybe tell us a little bit about, is this like the band you typically play with, or talk us through who else is performing with you?
Yeah. My band changes a little bit.
Sure.
Like my mainstays have been Manny Roach on bass. He plays just about every show with me now.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sam on keys. Sam played a lot of shows with me last year, but Sam is super busy.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't always play. That's Rob on guitar right there. Rob plays probably like 40% of my shows with me.
Yep.
And on drums, that's Will, who actually usually plays guitar along with me. But for this session, he played drums, filled in.
Yeah.
With me. Yeah.
And here is this. You're an exceptional guitar player. So this is such a fun solo you have here in this song. It's always an interesting conversation around the solo that's on the studio recording, but versus what you might do live. This is sort of obviously a live studio recording.
Yeah.
And you're going to be part of the No Planet B Jamboree. So maybe tell people what to, maybe have as an expectation for your show in general, and maybe like a moment like this.
Yeah. I mean, my shows, they hit hard. Nah, they do. I like my songs are very varied. So I have like, I'm trying to make people emote in different ways, Like I have some songs that kind of hit you hard in the face, some songs that are like very emotional and lovey-dovey or sad. Everything we play, it's we're going all out in every song. That's just kind of how we do. And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the live shows are incredible, and you've been getting lots of great opportunities, like whether it's Philly Music Fest or Exponential and so on and so forth, like all the different ones that you've become a part of. It's a great part to be playing in the Philly music scene.
Yeah, dude, it's an honor. Honestly, it is. It feels good to like get some recognition because I was definitely. It was a long period of me just like kind of like working through stuff like by myself in my room for like years and years.
Sure.
To get to this point, so it's like to finally put it out in the world and people accept it. It feels pretty good, man. It feels good. Yeah.
I'm just enjoying this. It's such a cool way to close the song out, just with this lengthy kind of like just jam session. It doesn't always come across on a studio release, and I loved when first time I heard this song. I'm like, oh hell yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
it was super fun. Like, yeah, good times.
And that song has gotten some traction on XPN. Like that's like a favorite for them to roll out of yours.
Yeah, dude. They gravitated towards it. I mean, like last year, Gold was the 78th most played song on WXPN radio. So
awesome.
I was like, wow.
That's amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah,
That's great.
well. Yeah, thank
If
you.
only you could have been 88.5 on their countdown. Like,
Yeah,
nailed the
right.
frequency.
Yeah.
They tend to embrace that number.
Yeah, they do.
Which
So,
is fun.
yeah, it's a brand. That's their brand at this point. Like the numbers as big as WXPN.
But I wanted to thank you too for joining our lineup for No Planet B Jamboree. It's a really for us it's super exciting. Like to think that last month we had our 100th episode, and now we're going to be doing our second annual of anything. Just seems to be was a fever dream I might have had 2 years ago, but never thought would become a reality. So we're super pumped and to be honored to have you as on the bill there. It's going to be, like you said, it's all three artists hit hard, and so it's a little bit of Lehigh Valley local, a little bit of Philadelphia local, and Clover kind of is from that general area as well. She's like New Jersey, but also kind of Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Delaware, and so it's a great thing to kind of pull together and obviously we're raising awareness on some of the important issues of the environment and sustainability and such, but it's also a celebration of how amazing you all are at
Yeah,
music
dude.
and writing and performing.
Most def.
Yeah.
Actually, I met Clover last night. Actually.
Oh,
Random.
cool.
Yeah, I feel like the universe is like calling us together. I went
Yeah.
like I was playing guitar for my friend at a So Far show, and I get there. I didn't know who else was playing, and it happens to, of course, like be Clover on the bill with my friend. I was like, damn, dude.
Maybe you guys need to collaborate on a track.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But yeah, I saw that the two of you are on another lineup in May, where there's another special event happening where it's Clover and Moustapha Noumbissi on the bill.
Yeah.
And it was something that was not connected to anything. Like, it's just really funny that we're that, in proximity close to that other event, and we had no idea that was happening. But again, it speaks to, like you had said, the basic like kind of synergy of both of your sounds, and then Galen Deary's sound fits with it as exceptionally well as well. If you don't know his music, definitely go check it out, and come that day to kind of hear all three of these bands for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm intrigued when you hear born in Belgium to Cameroonian parents. That seems to be something that you want to learn a lot more about. So if you don't mind, we always love kind of going back to the beginnings of the person's story and kind of the origin around how they got exposed to music and kind of inspired to play. So tell us more about that, like born in Belgium and your family is from Cameroon.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plug in my computer real quick though. I just realized that I didn't plug my charger in.
Yeah, no, definitely. We don't want to lose you halfway through the talk.
You wouldn't actually have been our first guest to have that happen
No.
to us.
Yep.
Yikes. Dude, I got like this 2012 MacBook Pro. My battery lasts, like, I kid you not, about 45 minutes. And then oh shoot. Flags out. Oh boy.
I feel like this is like a time on stage where someone has to tell a joke while somebody tunes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, a little bumpy. Am I good?
Yeah, you're all good.
Yep.
All right, there you go. All right, I'm back. So born in Belgium. My family's from Cameroon. That's my place of origin. That's where my parents were born.
Got
my
it.
two older sisters and like majority of my family is out there. My dad went to Belgium for grad school, brought my mom with him.
Nice.
And that's where I was born. And my family is like in like our culture from Cameroon, like music is like a part of the culture, right?
Sure.
But
Sure.
most people don't actually participate in making music or playing music. So I come from a family that loves music but knows absolutely nothing about music.
Sure.
It's like both my sides combined, and I have like ridiculously massively large families. Only 3 of us and both families combined have ever played music. So I don't really fully like know what led me to music, but it was something that I believe I think it was just meant to be.
Right,
I've
sure.
loved music since I was a kid, like a young kid. And I didn't start playing guitar till like way later on. But I can remember like moving to the US and like falling in love with the guitar for whatever
Sure.
reason.
How old were you when you moved to the US?
I was 7.
And then who did you hear play that kind of really just changed your ears forever?
It was at church. I grew up a little church boy.
Neat.
Yeah, my family was very religious, so I just like every Sunday, watching the worship team playing.
Sure.
I also love the drums too. It was like kind of hand in hand, like drums and guitar.
Yeah.
I just remember watching them every Sunday, just being like amazed. Like, I was like, this is so beautiful, man. But yeah, and I guess like church is also like where I did start, because I used to like play little hand drums. I had all these little like African percussion, like from Cameroon and Ghana and stuff, and that's kind of like what was my original foray into music. Was like playing hand drums and singing along to worship songs at church.
Sure, yeah. It was in that bio that we shared in the beginning, the West African drumming, which is
Yeah,
a specific style, correct?
it is. Yeah. I mean, I was not like I wasn't studying stuff, so like I
Sure.
wasn't learning like the correct. This is the polyrhythms from like the west coast, like the coast of Ghana, whatever. Like I wasn't like that. I was more so just playing by ear.
Yeah,
But
sure.
my references were like hearing my parents playing like African music and traditional African music and Afrobeats and all that. So it
Yeah.
was still like
Yeah, a lot of emulating.
Yeah, a lot of emulating for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you also get involved in the choral side of it as well,
Yeah.
both through the church, I imagine, but then also at school as well.
Yeah. So my mom like convinced me to sing a talent show at my church in second grade. Uh, I guess it was the year we moved to the U.S. and she had me singing in English and French, and I don't know what the hell I was doing, but I think I enjoyed it. But everybody loved it, and I guess from that point on, like my mom just always had me be in choir, and I fell in love with it, and
Sure.
yeah. So I grew up definitely. I was like singing in every choir I could at school. Like I was
Right.
always doing the school choirs,
Yeah.
like auditioning for stuff. Like yeah, it was good times. I was singing a boy choir too. That was wild. Yeah.
Did you the boy choir? So it was an all boys choir. Did you do any touring with them? Did you do any like? Yeah.
Yeah, man. With the boys' choir, I got to go to Ireland, Czech Republic, and England, and do some touring like in the U.S. So
Sure.
was
Is it
that
so that's part of Upper Darby, or is that a separate thing?
no, I was at this church called the Church of the Redeemer in Bryn Mawr, PA.
Oh, neat.
It's like big ass, super wealthy Episcopalian church, and
I happen to know exactly where that is simply because of where I work. So I know exactly where that is.
yeah, lots of money in that church. But you know what?
You drive by and you can smell it.
Yeah, but they use it for some good purposes as well, So it was cool. That was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Both,
I'm sure.
it.
Yeah, in so many ways.
Yeah.
Very formative.
And then you mentioned singing in French. Was your education in Belgium those first couple of years, was that in French, or was that like what language were you speaking when you came to the US?
I was speaking French,
Yeah.
first language.
Sure. So then did that make it easier to obviously sing in French too, because it was formative, like it was for the foundation of what you had.
Yeah. I mean, at that time, like I would have been. I'm pretty sure I was in second grade, so French was still like it was, my regular language, speaking language. So it was very easy.
Right. Yeah, no, it's interesting to kind of think about. There have been these very cool moments of having people on where you have these just, as probably a teenager, these different kind of, again, foundational principles where you have, an incredible exposure to West African drumming. You have this, choral training. You have the French language, like just all coming together to form the musician who you ultimately become. And it's just so cool to see where all that kind of patchwork gets landed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about it all the time too. I try like sometimes like I want to manipulate my influences, like I'm gonna listen to all this music so that like this comes out. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you just gotta let things be. Things have been like
Trust the process.
Inside. Yeah, trust the process. Because like when I just like trust it, like those influences that I'm trying to bring out end up coming out anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do enjoy like. It's like weird because I'm the one writing the songs, right? But I still sit back and kind of also just enjoy the song like as an observer because a lot of times it just kind of just comes out. And it's cool to see like, oh damn, like I can hear like this influence in the way that I'm playing these chords or singing in this way, or this melody or whatever. And I love that so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Any particular either like mentor or artist you were studying that was inspiring to lead you to this, again, this incredible, like the chops you have on the guitar are sick, like, so it's this really amazing thing to see and hear that it came later on in your kind of like exposure to music. It's just pretty amazing. So like, was there any one person who either taught you or inspired you to be like them from a performance standpoint?
Yeah, lots of influences. I'd say so. I started playing guitar when I was 22, and then it was my last year of college, Then I graduated and started working for a company called Barclay Card, doing like credit underwriting, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my colleagues was a college studied guitar player,
Mm-hmm.
and he just decided not to pursue music after college and went into corporate America. But yeah, he took me under his wing. Like we immediately kicked it off. Like I talked to him about like how I was like new at guitar, but I knew I was on a mission. Like I'm going to write songs, be a tour musician, some point, signed to a label, all that. Like I was on it. And yeah, he kind of like he took me under his wing. He showed me how to play a ton of stuff. I couldn't play. I was so bad back then. Oh my goodness, I was so bad. But like he helped me a lot. He showed me like a lot of stuff in blues and
Sure.
yeah, and that was dope. And
Yeah.
I'd say like also like John Mayer was like my first.
That's cool.
My first major like influence.
I can
Yeah.
I can see that when you listen to your stuff. That I mean, there's that sense of the blues combined with his sense of a bit of a jazz and a bit of a pop lean that shows up in both of his chord choices and
Sure.
the way he plays.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you've got aspects of that absolutely show up.
Yeah.
For
sick.
sure. Yeah, and that almost like landing in a jam kind of universe, but still crisp. Like it's it's a really, really fun sound, and that's probably why it pops live.
Yeah.
Like, we always say that we're not trying to downplay the studio recordings or what's available to stream or whatever, but to see a live show just makes it just be that much more electric.
Yeah, there's a whole extra element that you just don't you can't replicate it
Right.
in any way except just being
Got to
there.
go there. Got to show up.
Yeah. Show up on the 21st, y'all.
That's right. That's right. And then, so for college, like we just kind of jumped to where you were already trying to, make the music side happen. I don't know this. I want to make sure that there obviously could be another Moustapha Noumbissi, but I'm going to
Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in the entire world. I got to get it verified, but I don't see how there could be another one.
All I'm saying is I didn't want to assume that the basketball player at Bloomsburg University was you.
Yeah, no, that's me.
I just wanted to say, like, obviously that's possible, so I didn't want to make the assumption. But so you play basketball, and again, because I made the joke in the beginning too, because you are an imposing figure at 6'9".
Yeah, they call me big fella. I'm actually 6'7". My college height it's fibbed. They always boo.
That was with the
It's
shoes
amazing.
on and his hair combed up.
No,
So
that was even I had no choice. People were telling me put 6'10", 6'11". I'm like, all right, geez, Louise, I'm like that's too much. So we just went with the 6'9", and that's just how it,
That's right.
But
right.
I'm still huge. I'm 6'7", especially in the music world. Like there's
Sure.
not people like my height walking
Yeah.
around doing this shit.
Absolutely. No, you're right. And
we'll definitely have to make sure we get a photo together because I am only 5'5", so that we can make
Hey,
sure
let's
that all
go.
comes together.
yes.
Straight
And
in heaven. Wait, should we wear the same outfit? Let's wear the same outfit.
There we are. We'll be twins. People won't even be able to tell us apart.
yeah, there you
Let's go.
look practically identical. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. So you're at Bloomsburg, and you're obviously studying, but also playing. I think maybe there's an element to that too, because like the athlete gets ready for a game, so you probably get ready for a performance where it just is going to again the adrenaline kicks in and you're ready to just deliver.
Oh,
So there's
yeah.
got to be some element to that to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely tried to transfer a lot of like the good rigidity of being an athlete in terms of like being disciplined and
Sure.
stuff. Like I
Yep.
try to translate that to my music in different ways, especially guitar playing, because guitar playing can be easily more adapted to be like an academic and regimented kind of thing than like
Right.
the creative like songwriting or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I had my practice routines and all that, and definitely had like a similar kind of mindset, carried over from playing basketball to playing music.
Yeah.
And learning.
Cool. And so the guitar never makes its way into your hands during college.
No, so it did, but I didn't learn
Okay.
it. So my Telecaster that you see me play is the only
Mhm.
electric guitar I ever play.
Mm-hmm.
Was actually my sophomore year roommate. He let me borrow. I kept telling him like I want to play guitar. He played guitar, and I was like I want to play guitar so bad. I want to play guitar so bad. Like every time like we'd get drunk, like I go get his guitar and just like I'd be like playing air guitar. Like every time, I swear. Like he's like, all right, dude, just like take my guitar, learn how to play it. So he like let me borrow it for the year. Of course, like I didn't learn a sing. Like I never played the thing. Like I was just
Right.
it was intimidating. To me, I was like, you can't actually do this. Like it's not something like you're not from that world, like whatever. And then like at the end of the year, he ended up like getting into trouble, unfortunately, and having to like leave school early, and he didn't like finish out the year. And he left pretty abruptly and didn't take his guitar. So end of the year, I'm like, yo, Matt, like what's good with the guitar? Should I come down to he actually lives in Lehigh Valley, or did back then. And like fun fact.
He's got to come to the show.
Yeah, no, he lives in Colorado now.
Okay.
I was gonna say he's gonna show up and be like, I'd like the guitar back.
Right, man.
Yeah, right.
He just shows up like
we talk all the time now. But he's like, dude, just hang on to it. Like, I'll just get back to you from like next year, whatever. And he never came back to school. But never he just said like hang on to it. So I had the guitar, hung on to it for all of college, never played the thing. Graduated, went home with the thing, never played it, and then like had some life-changing moments happen, and the guitar was there. And so I technically like in college I had a guitar, I had a chance to learn. Could have started a little bit earlier, but it didn't happen. But it's okay.
Yeah, all things happen when they're supposed to. So
yeah,
that was you again trusting the process.
Yeah, we trust the process.
Yeah. I would imagine, like, was it hard? I got to think at 6'7", your hands are probably much larger than the neck.
They're massive.
Right. So, like, was that harder to learn on the smaller neck? Like, was there anything to that where you're like, man, I can't get to?
Dude, I had some moments in my first probably like 6 months where I had to reconsider. I was like, wait a second, like I kept Googling, like I was like, are my hands too big to learn how to play guitar? So I'm like, they might be too big, they might be too big. And then like I would go and like be like, Jimi Hendrix had big hands. I go like watch his hands, and I'm like, he had big hands for a guy who's like 5'9", not 6'7". So
right.
They weren't like my size, kind of big. I was like, I don't know, Holdworth has big hands. So I was like in this loop of like trying to find dudes with huge hands, like ripping on guitar to keep me going.
Yeah.
And I even like used to Google like custom guitar necks, like how to get a custom guitar neck. So it was like bigger.
Was going to ask that question next. Yeah,
I'm sure with enough money it could happen.
Yeah, I did not. I was in college, so I right out of college. So I was like,
well, now let's just get you a sponsor. Somebody out there, make the Moustapha Noumbissi.
Dude, I know. It's like one of my like things I want to have, like a guitar sponsorship like that.
Signature model.
Definitely, yeah, man. Yeah,
that would be amazing.
That would be quite amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, if you have time when the day on your birthday, Martin Guitar is not too far from where we are, so you can swing by there on the way up.
It's in Bethlehem, or is
Nazareth?
It's in Nazareth, which is a town that's about 20 minutes from here, so it's not too far.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Oh yeah. It's like where they're still like hand making almost 90% of the process, David.
Something like that. Yeah. It's I mean, almost everything they make comes out of that factory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might actually have to plot that into the trip.
Yeah. Definitely plan on it. It's a cool. You could do a tour. There's like a little museum there. And there's the town of Nazareth has some other cool stuff like fun little restaurants and whatnot. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Lots of neat things here in the Lehigh Valley. But back to the guitar. So if I understand it right, you might be able to play a song or two for us today.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, and it'll be acoustic. It won't be the guitar we were just referencing.
Yeah, it'll be acoustic.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll come off screen. We'll give you center stage, and you can intro the song, and if you want to play too, whatever you want to do, we are, happy to have whatever you'd like.
Sick.
Yeah. So let's get a full view of this subterranean lair that you're performing out of today.
Live from my West Philadelphia basement. All right. Wow, I'm by myself. Hey guys. So we're gonna play my first single, "Stumble." This song came out in June of 2021. And I love this song quite much. Please enjoy. Imagine if the sun could rise forever. Imagine if the moon could shine forever. Oh. Imagine if our souls can be forever. If I stumble and fall, will I give myself away? If we laid here one last time, would I be wrong to stay a while with you? Oh, imagine if we laid here forever. Forget the things we did. It's now or never. Now, imagine if our time could be forever. No, but if I stumble and fall, will I give myself away? But if we lay here one last time, would I be wrong to stay a while with you? Imagine if the stars could guide your way back. You'd see it clear as day. You leaving was a mistake. Let's put up one last fight before we throw it away. Come stay a while, but if I stumble and fall, will I give myself away? But if we lay here one last time, would I be wrong to stay a while with you? Thank you.
No, thank you. What a wonderful recording that was.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Just wanted to check to see if you wanted to do another one, or if that's didn't know if we wanted to kind of make people, that much more interested in coming with a teaser, or if you wanted to do another.
I like that. I like my part of my philosophy is like leave them wanting more.
Exactly. Yep.
Just whet the appetite.
There you go.
Love it. So yeah, there's lots of great music like you heard on the open, and then right there, and then we're going to play one more at the close. And then there's lots more to be able to hear, and like we keep trying to kind of make sure everyone's aware of, the live performance is that much more. You can see it starting to come through there with acoustic, but the live band is something to behold. So Hope you join us on the 21st. Moustapha, what else can we help promote for you? Like we mentioned, there's a couple of festivals that you're performing at. What else you got coming up, and what else can people kind of help support in your efforts?
Yeah, right now, number one is go stream my music.
Sure.
I put out my most recent song, Layla.
Yes, love
Came
that
out
song.
February 9th. Thank you. I love
Mhm.
it too. I think it's a really good song, and I want as many folks listen to it as possible. So go listen to it. You can listen to it anywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all the good stuff.
Yep.
And then besides that is like definitely come the 21st. That's priority number one.
Right.
And then after that, I've got some other fun stuff. I'll be playing another festival, Way Music Fest in June.
Mm-hmm.
Early June. That's another like free outdoor festival, super fun if you're in that area. Then some other smaller shows, and then in September I got invited back to WXBN Fest last
Nice.
year. That was rained out.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Not just rained out; it was like
the
monsoon. Sky opened up. Yeah.
And it was cold. And it was rough.
Yeah. Just like tough. But they invited me back, and I'm super excited. The lineup is amazing. Honestly,
it really is.
So.
Every year they put those lineups together, it's just like wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
Totally.
Blessed. We're blessed.
Yeah, for sure. And people can follow you on Instagram and Facebook in order to keep up on the different, announcements for things, whether it's shows or new music or what have you.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I'm like pretty sure I'm the only Moustapha Noumbissi in the world. And there's two reasons why I know, because my last name is from my dad's village, tiny little village in Cameroon, and it's a majority Christian village, and my first name is Muslim. With that last name, there's highly doubtful there's any Moustapha in that village. So, but all I have to say is put my name in on Google or anywhere, and you'll easily find me, because I'm the only person with that name. So you see that name, that's me. Follow me, and you can see everything happening in my life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Moustapha, thank you again for being a part of our event and for coming on the show today to share your story and your music. And can't wait to have you a part of things. Can't wait to see you play live right there in Bethlehem on our stage.
No doubt. Let's rock and roll, baby. See y'all soon.
Yeah,
Thanks
see you
for
soon.
having me.
Absolutely.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you, Moustapha.
David.
Philip.
What a wonderful... that's such a cheerful, happy story, and what great music. I mean, holy smokes, can he play? And for somebody who picked it up at 22, like, that's so rare. It's just so he's actually, obviously naturally gifted.
Yeah, I mean, like his indication, as he said, he's like, there's really nobody in his family except for these very few people that he knows of. So there's that argument of, recessive genes kind of like coming to the surface kind of moment.
Sure. And then obviously, too, again, like the universe, like somewhat making sure he got this wonderful Telecaster in his hands, and just everything was pointing to the fact that he should be playing. So like, I'm glad he finally took to it, and man, is he creating some great music and shredding guitars.
And again, April 21st at the No Planet B Jamboree, he's one of 3 acts playing. Come, watch him and his band put on a show.
All right, Phil, let's say goodbye to everybody.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Your Next Favorite Band. We'd like to sincerely thank Moustapha Noumbissi for joining us and sharing his wonderful stories. And man, did he shred the guitar there, and there's so much more for you to enjoy there in his catalog out there on YouTube, and then also at the No Planet B Jamboree, where he'll be part of the lineup on April 21st here in Bethlehem, 2 o'clock. It should be a great time. It's our second annual event, and it was a great one last year and even better this year. There'll be links in the show notes to his Bandcamp seems to be good for him, and Instagram, and then also Spotify, so you can go, like he asked for some streams, so let's give him that and give him a follow. And then obviously definitely check him out wherever he plays live. If you're within the driving distance of Bethlehem, hopefully you join us on the 21st of April. And then, as always, our hope here is to bring you your next favorite band. If you tuned in tonight because you already know Moustapha Noumbissi and you're a fan and you wanted to hear the interview, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you liked what you heard and what you saw, and that you maybe subscribe to our channel and give us a like and a follow so we can bring you your next favorite band in coming weeks. But you also might already have your next favorite band out there, and we interviewed them previously, so you can check out nextfaveband.com for all of our prior interviews, or you can check out the YouTube channel. Check in next week for the No Planet B pre-jam, and hope to see you the following Sunday on the 21st. Make sure you stick around here for one more song of Moustapha's. Coming up here will be his incredible track from those XPN recordings. This is his track called Good Life.
Just enough to make it clear the show is starting. Street lights, fast cars, the good life is all we need. Street lights, fast cars, the good life is all you need. Push me closer to your edge, I won't be scared. Let me feel your touch again, I swear, I swear. I started to believe your lies, I let myself believe your lies, I made myself believe your love is all my heart would ever need. Street lights, the fast car, good life is all I need. Street lights, the fast car, good life is all